Shalom, guys.
Shalom.
Yes, welcome back to the channel, guys. I don't want to keep doing this stuff with my hands, but we are people that talk with our
If you
hands.
don't stop,
I'm just saying,
I
it's a
don't want
lot
to do
going
this stuff
on.
with my
It's a
hands.
lot going on. It's a lot going on.
I'm done with
Amongst
you.
this world, amongst good and evil, just a lot of just a lot of things that people really need to.
Oh, thank you, girl.
It's a lot of things that people really need to pay attention to and know
Yeah.
and get a clear space of head. Does that make sense? Get your head clear.
Get your headspace clear.
Yeah, there you go.
Clear your headspace.
Yeah,
Don't fill it up with no more.
craziness.
Yeah.
But in this video, guys, stay tuned because we're gonna be talking about Cloned Tyrone.
So it's all a simulation. That's what I got out of this movie. Like it's all a simulation. It's all a game. Nothing is real. What do I mean when I say nothing is real? I'm saying nothing is real because they've already orchestrated this. And if you know anything about the Greeks and the Romans and these people, they love to put on plays and stage these things for their entertainment.
Yeah.
And so when we watched They Cloned Tyrone, I was like, oh, this is crazy.
Yeah,
This
like I
is
say, the
insane.
first seconds it's like, oh man, we're not trying to watch it.
Right,
But
right.
we stuck around, and it's telling you the truth. It's telling you the truth that everything is fake. Like it's so crazy to
They
think about.
orchestrated everything
Like really.
down to the chicken wings.
Yeah, and it for me it reminds me of witchcraft.
Yeah, it is
You know, like
witchcraft.
I know we was talking about something earlier, and after just say we've been through a lot, slavery, just everything, right? But after that, when they say, okay, you're free, you can do whatever you want, you can buy property, you can do this, you can do that.
Right,
You know,
right.
that's still a form of witchcraft because that's not how.
You're not really free.
Yeah, you're really not free because they starting to control your mind and control your feelings, control your emotions, just everything. We're just gonna list a couple points that we noticed about the movie.
Yep. So this old man, I noticed him early on in the movie because I don't know, he stuck out to me. This old
Mm.
man. The story behind the old man. So in They Clone Tyrone is basically they're in the hood. There's this hood prostitute girl, the pimp
Lady.
guy, the and then Fontaine, the main character, who's also
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
hood guy, whatever. So the
The
whole
drug dealer.
premise of the movie is being in the hood, right? So they're telling them later in the movie, this white guy, he says to them that basically the hood, and this is full of spoilers, so spoiler alert. He's telling them when they confront him, basically, that every hood in the nation, right, is orchestrated by them, and they've been cloning people to keep the simulation alive so that white people can thrive.
Ooh, that's deep, but that's true.
It is true. It's absolutely true. Because the fact is, if they brought you over here on slave ships and they enslaved you and all these things, what makes you think that if you weren't there, the country wouldn't be thriving?
Really, everywhere we go, it thrives.
Yep,
Just
it
put it
does.
like that.
It's a
But
fact.
the old man.
The old man, he symbolizes to me a generation. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
A generation. So this is because he probably looks like 70 or something years old, maybe 80,
Yeah.
90. So he represents this generation of people that have been in this simulation, and the mind control is so harsh that they can't get out. And so in the movie, you see him drinking a lot. He's on alcohol. But he still has a little bit of his sanity, and he's kind of leading them through the movie, like, hey, go to this church and you'll find out what's actually going on. So they go to the church.
No, what was the phrase though?
What was the phrase?
Where do you go to escape Babylon?
Oh, yeah.
Where do you
That
go
was
to
the
escape
phrase. That was the
Babylon,
phrase.
right? And then the next scene comes,
Yeah.
and it said Mount Zion, the Church of Mount Zion or something.
People don't pick up on these things, but yeah.
We picked up on. I'm like, oh, babe, did you just hear that? Let's rewind that.
Where you go to escape? They're telling you.
Yeah. Where you go
We
to
ain't even
escape
gotta tell
Babylon?
you to escape Babylon.
They be telling you right in the face.
They
Mount
tell
Zion.
you. Man.
I mean, I know people believe whatever, but Africa is the homeland.
Africa is definitely the homeland.
Yeah.
Africa is the origin of everything. Everything is here. Every resource. That's not what this is about. I was about to
Right.
go off.
But I know I want to say one of the first things even before the old man, I picked up on when he was driving his car. It said a pleasant
Pleasant.
place or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like Pleasantville or a pleasant place on his license plate.
Fontaine, right? The main
Yeah,
character.
Fontaine. So it was just like I pick up on little things like that where it's like, dang, did you just see that? It was like not too long, maybe 3 4 seconds, but it said a pleasant place, and he's riding in his car like he got it.
In the simulation.
Yeah,
He going to a pleasant place in the hood
right.
where they're cloning and destroying his people. And so they go to the church. The church stuck out a
Yeah.
lot too. Because you go, oh man, this church scene was crazy. They go in the church.
Or no, before that, they start to realize what's going on because
Yeah.
he saw himself, and then he saw a vehicle pick his clone up, and then he went to the house, and there was like an
Oh
elevator in
man.
like a trap house, and it went down, and he saw the people, and
The clones.
yeah, they had this stuff to make you just
A clone.
crazy. Yeah, I don't know.
He saw his dead body or his clone's dead body, right?
Yeah.
They leave the house. They're about to go to the church to figure out what's going on because the old man just told them to go to the church. So they're going to Mount Zion Church. And
Hmm.
so they get to this church. That's that hawk. They get to this church and they walk in, and the people are obviously worshiping and all these things. And then they start playing this hip hop gospel music. And so then everybody just starts like,
Doop doop.
and so they falling on the ground like
Yeah, so basically they was drinking
the Kool-Aid.
the grape drink. That's what they call it, the grape drink. Um,
Oh
so
man.
everybody was like
They were
they
turned
turned
up
up
in the church.
like in the church. They started playing the songs, and everybody started dancing like, oh
Now, mind you,
yeah,
underneath the church is the laboratory of more clones.
yeah.
Continue.
That yeah, underneath the church was like the main port
Yep.
to the underground simulation, I guess.
Of Cloneville.
Yeah.
So they're
So
worshiping or doing all these dances and things and singing and all this stuff and going crazy and just putting their hands up in the air. The Kool-Aid is in the corner.
yeah,
The guy, he's just talking like, what was he saying? The pastor?
just something
Your
silly,
breakthrough or something
something just like
stuff they really say in the
yeah.
church.
So that tells you like yeah, they went down there and saw the clones. The pastor was cloned too. So they
Mm,
cloned the people that's very important in the neighborhood, like pastor,
yep.
the biggest
Drug
drug
dealers,
dealers, the pimp that was there,
prostitutes.
well no, the prostitute, she wasn't cloned
She
though.
wasn't the clone. Okay,
Yeah.
it was the men that
The
were
man,
cloned.
the man,
The leaders.
that's the big reveal. That's like that hits home
Yeah.
because they will clone men because they know all the people that was really cloned was men
Yep. No women, all men.
because they know if they control the men, they
Everybody's gonna follow his
everybody's
lead.
going yeah.
So this is the last point. In the last scene, I talked about a little bit earlier, or towards the last scene, there's this white man, right? And he's telling them, we got you under control. He's giving them the full layout. He's telling them what's happening.
Oh no, wait!
Then
But before he said that, he said something very powerful.
the white man.
Yeah,
Okay.
they was like, because they saw him, they pointed the gun at him like, "Oh, you the one that's doing this," and he's like,
Yeah.
"No, everybody has a boss." Go ahead.
Yeah, that's true. And his boss, yeah, right. That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
weird. But he's giving them the whole deal and they're getting mad, right? These are hood people. They're like, we're going to kill you. La, 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 la. Guess what he does? He says one word. The guy Fontaine, the main character, he turns on his brother and sister.
yeah.
Does that
He
sound
just
familiar at
froze. He
all?
said something and he froze up.
Does
He
that sound
couldn't move.
familiar?
He couldn't move. He's like, "Oh, hey, put that gun in your mouth." Oh, he did it. He couldn't help himself.
Couldn't
He did
stop.
it. He said, "Okay, y'all can walk the other way, or you can die basically."
And he turned the gun on the girl, the
Yeah,
prostitute girl. So they were like friends in the movie, right? Because they're trying to figure out what's going on. And so she's trying to help him. She's like, Fontaine, Fontaine, Fontaine. But he
he couldn't do
mind
nothing.
control.
Yeah,
He's in a simulation. He can't hear you. He in a different world. And so that's really telling of the current state of Africans in America, because if you see what's going on in our community, child, since
Yeah. Even just
1970,
even America in general is starting to, yeah. I mean, us specifically, yes, but it's getting even worse than that because
yeah, they don't care anymore.
it's just the whole system now.
Yeah, they don't care about just targeting black people anymore. They want to target the white folks too.
Everybody,
Everybody.
every
Chinese, it
single
don't
body.
matter. Because it's all about the survival of the elites. This is what this movie is about. Because the
Yeah,
guy literally says, we keep this simulation alive so everybody else in the suburbs and that doesn't live in the hood can basically thrive in life.
yeah. And what I was saying before she was talking,
Yeah, end
his
it.
boss, his boss was the first him,
The first Fontaine
the first Fontaine
from 30 years ago.
from I don't yet. It was a while ago
Because
because
he's an old man now.
he's an old man. Said, yeah, I started this because we need to keep this going. So it's
Sold
basically
out.
it's yeah, sold. It's coons. I don't know if we can say that.
Coons.
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 Yeah, coons. Way back
Yeah.
when just like
The
the old
older
man,
generation.
the old man, he gave up.
Yeah.
But the first, what's his name? I keep wanting to say Tyrone. The first
Fontaine.
Fountain. You gotta look up what that means too.
Look up Fontaine's name.
Ooh, they almost got
Quick
it.
plug. Look up Fontaine's name.
Yeah. So it was himself.
Sorry guys, there's a hawk and our dogs might like bite it. So I'm a little distracted.
Yeah, we keep like yeah. It just flew like and try to get something on the ground that our dogs killed. But yeah, the video or that movie is
No,
like
and more with the old man. Were there any more details about him? Or that was kind of it?
that was it.
Okay.
He was just there. But guys, yeah, the older generation they do get tired. We don't understand because we're not the older generation.
We don't understand because the Most
Yeah,
High has poured out his spirit so that the younger generation can lead and can bring the people back, right? That's even what he did when we exited Egypt. He wanted to bring all of his people back,
yeah,
but the younger generation made it in.
exactly. So really think about that. It's nothing against the older generation,
This is the Most High's
the
word. This is
wiser
what his
generation.
Bible says.
Yeah,
This is what's reality, what's going on.
really. So we just wanted to share our thoughts with you guys about the movie. Um, I would suggest watch it.
Watch it 2 times.
Yeah, but if you watch it, change.
After you watch it, buy your ticket to Africa.
Yeah, like
Get your flight.
you really gotta know what's going on because it's it's really happening
If you're one
right
of
in
those
your face.
people, maybe the Middle East makes you feel better at this point and you're going on your journey back to coming to your people. I get it. Go to the Middle East if you want.
Yeah,
At
but
least
still
get
Africa.
out.
I wouldn't even say
You know how
Mexico
people are,
or
though.
Brazil.
Oh, no, not Mexico.
Yeah,
Oh, no. Not
we say
Mexico.
Africa, you know, because
Yeah.
it's untouched here. Like it's touched. Don't get me wrong,
It's touched
but
and untouched.
untouched. It's a sense of peace. It's a very spiritual land.
And it's bigger than you realize.
Yeah, way bigger.
But you don't know that till you come here
Yeah,
and travel.
really. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video.
They cloned Tyrone. Don't let them clone you.
Woo! Say that again.
They cloned Tyrone.
Jamie
Do not.
Foxx, or
Do not let them clone you. You look. They telling you. Don't let them do it.
and I mean, most are though because it's so much that people has to get rid of. Like I know, just waking up and realizing,
Yeah.
hey, hip hop is
Yeah.
destroying our people. I stopped listening to that. I don't know, like
Years.
maybe years ago. I want to say like 2000.
Even slang and cussing
15,
and like
6
how
yeah.
people in the hood speak.
Yeah, that's a whole nother video.
It is. It is.
Because the just English in itself is witchcraft. It's a lot of words that people don't understand. But maybe we'll do a video about that one day. But yeah, get out, guys. Get out.
Seriously.
Get out. What'd you say again?
They clone Tyrone. Don't let them clone you.
Aya, like the video, comment, subscribe. So long.